Tunaifanya tena? Tunaweza fanya tena? My name is Michael Kanguru Masharia. That's my government name. I'm a music producer, but most of you guys know me as a DJ as well. A love of art, love of life, and fun person to be around. Just like I said, I'm a lover of art. So before I got into music, I was heavy with acting and drawing. So those are sort of skills that I've always held with me up to date. But the music is what most people know me for. Yeah, when I was in high school, Form 1, my first term in high school, I was the best actor in Central Province. And I'm always working with that everywhere I go. Yeah. Amazing. This is a crazy thing. I remember just the other day, I used to write raps a lot. And I still can write music. Well, not as good as, all the best, Akina the BNs and whoever. I'm not that good, obviously, but I can write you a decent rap or a decent song. So yeah, I used to write so many songs and I used to rap them for my sister. And she used to get so entertained. You can imagine a boy this big, your baby brother, writing you raps. But yeah, and I think the influence has come from my parents, obviously, because my mom is a singer in the church, obviously, but she's a singer, really decent singer. My dad is such an audiophile. He knows all the best songs from Kitambo. So that's also helped me a lot with my DJing, because my knowledge for old school music and this and that has come from, the influences around me. So it was inevitable that I had to end up in music somehow, either in writing, rapping, or, now DJing. I feel like the people who influenced me to want to practice music did so at, the later stages of my life. Maybe when I was, say, in high school or something, but before then, I am such a huge Sean Paul fan. And so listening to he's one of those guys who I used to put on my bedroom wall next to me. Kwanzaa, his was the biggest poster I had. And listening to him, rapping and and I'm so tiny, I was just like, what sort of sorcery is this? Ini nini, by the way. I have to know what this thing is. Sijui ni nini. But yeah, when I, in class 8, I remember nikimaliza shule, if you're Kikuyu, the tradition that's there when you finish class 8, right? So, an uncle of mine at my graduation party, shout outs to him, he's called Louis, came to me, and that was my first interaction with DJing, rather as a software. So he knew I had a passion for music, but we didn't know what it was yet, and it wasn't that anything serious. That, hey, this kid is gonna be so dope. So he introduced me to a software called Virtual DJ. I remember he had a flash drive, and I don't know why he was working with Virtual DJ in his pocket, and he put it on my mom's laptop. That's the one I used to play games on and whatever. So he just brought me to the side and was like, Ebu, check his stuff. I could plug in. He opens the software. I'm like, yeah, see, this is exactly like what DJs use, because if you look at Virtual DJs, literally the software, the interface is as the decks are. And so he taught me how to DJ, not even so intricately. I remember he played like 2 songs, and I remember it was Mad Tracks Poa, and what was the second song? Sikumbuki the second song, but nakumbuka ilikuwa Mad Tracks Poa, na nakumbuka kifidil na hiyo ngoma, and I was like, bas, inshajua, hii ni yangu. And from then on, I never rest. I've always been practicing. I introduced myself to, we call it hardware, like the actual, the machines in 2021, when I actually had the opportunity to get one for myself. That's, in a sense, it's been a bit of a hindrance to my prowess, because see, now the beauty of people who go to DJing schools is you get such massive exposure to DJing decks and this and that, and of course you make friends, so you have so many industry friends. But you see me as a bedroom DJ. I've been a bedroom DJ since I was, how old is that? 14? Until, that's 2010 till 2021. I've been a bedroom DJ. So the time when I'm first getting exposed to DJ deck, of course, I'm a few paces behind and a few friends behind, right? So I had to do it much, much faster. I had to practice way, way more by myself. But yeah, 2021 was my first interaction with a DJing deck. I have an amazing support system around me in the name of my cousin Justin and in the name of, my beautiful girlfriend Lexi. So we talk a lot, and they can always tell when I'm about to get nervous, so they know how to, sort of handle that. Sometimes I don't need a pep talk. Sometimes I just need silence. Sometimes you need a pep talk. Sometimes you need one shot of tequila. Sometimes you need a Red Bull. You know what I mean? So having a beautiful support system around me has helped me a lot with that. But also primarily, which is what they always, want to remind me, is you've been put on this stage out of merit. So which means, you deserve to be on this stage, which means your skill set has earned you everything that, life is handling you. So every time you remind yourself that, you find my way around all the hard situations in life. So with a good company, I have to shout out Bob. Obviously, he's been the one handling that. My most recent one is with a phenomenal DJ. His name is Mr. C, if you don't know him already. The beauty with that is, actually we met, that came about so interestingly. I was with C at some listening party a few weeks ago, and Bob was the guy shooting the whole thing. So when he came, he was coming to talk to me about some project we have, and randomly too, akatuangalia tukiwa really was like, why the hell have you guys never come to lockdown before? And it was as easy as that. With the other guys, I think it's just been random selections. It's like most of my shows, I don't get to pick who is on the lineup. Nimit to kuambiwa, you can play. And yeah. They approached me, which was, I feel like that was, just knowing that was probably better than actually playing at the show. So I got a call up from a lady. I don't think she wants me to mention her name, so I won't mention her name. She called me randomly one night, and she was like, if I was to write a proposal or for a gig, or how do I put it? If I was to put you in a gig, a proposal, how do you call it? If I was to write a... Yeah, what's that name? It's such an easy English name. So zingine, hiyo ndo shinda kulala 8 a.m. If I was to write, sort of like a bio about you and to give it to people for a gig, what would I write? And it was one of the hardest questions ever, because now what the hell do I say? Somehow after a long conversation on the phone, we found a way how we could tweak it. I didn't know it for what event it is, but ni mtu naaminia, so I knew, it's an event that I would love to be in. And so I think like 2 days later, she called me again, and she was like, so by the way, the proposal, I'm waiting to see if they'll accept it. I'm just like, okay, yeah, but what ni event gani? Akanambia, oh yeah, so Apartment Life are coming to Kenya. I'm like, this has to happen. Whatever you do, make sure this happens. Please make sure this happens. But then again, the nature of my sort of life is there's always something to do the next day. So I sort of forgot about that so super quick. And I remember I was at a gig at the location, I think for brunch. And right before my set, like 10 minutes before my set, I was eating actually. 10 minutes before my set, I see her call, and I remember, this could be either really good or really bad. Either, I'm in or I'm not. And so I pick up the phone and I'm super anxious. I had a feeling I wasn't gonna be selected. I don't know why. So yeah, she calls, and then I pick up and she's like, oh yeah, so they accepted your proposals. And so she explained to me how it happened. Apparently there was a short list of DJs, and it was up to now them to sort of like go through it and handpick the people who meet the criteria, just the whole brand and the whole essence. It's how you play, it's how you dress, it's how you look, the whole package. And so me and my good sister Canada fell inside the shortlist, and That was the best feeling. It was better than actually playing, I have to be honest. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice question. What role do DJs play in shaping the culture? First of all, I feel like there's been a beautiful resurgence in how DJs play music now. And I bet many people would agree. It's not, now it's not enough to just play songs. It's not enough to just play one song after the next. It's more important to take people on a journey more than anything else. You either take people on a journey, or you educate them on new songs, or you entertain them, with tricks and, the what have yous. And I feel like with more DJs being accepting of that, it's even changed how regular people listen to music. So you listen to a song and, you'll hear a sample and you'll be like, oh yeah, and it click in your mind that this is a sample, and you'll be aware of the intricacies of music. I don't know if I'm explaining it the right way, but I feel like DJs have really and are in a position where they're changing how people listen to music. And it's even become so important that it's changing how people are making music right now as well. Because there's more sampling, there's more this and that, there's more rephrasing from old songs, and it's tweaked the culture in a very beautiful way. Musically, I feel like that's one way DJs have done it. And the other way is showing people how to party as well. And because now DJs I've come to find out, like in Nairobi, DJs are actually, they've been busy all year through. And you get to, talk about something like Black Excellence, right? DJs show you go to a Black Excellence event and the DJ is, he's the god of the show. Unlike in a concert where, obviously the artist is the god of the show. So there's been a newfound respect for entertainers, and, you meet an actor somewhere, you don't just brush them off because they're an actor, how in Kenya or in Africa, how, artistry is taken in such a negative connotation. So with DJs showing that you can have a lifestyle outside, a very comfortable life through DJing, it's brought a newfound respect for artistry, I want to imagine. Yeah. But to be honest, I have no idea. And I remember I was talking about this just the other day. Was it like 2-3 days ago with my cousin? I don't know where AI is gonna take the art of DJing. I feel like the one way AI is gonna affect DJing won't be the same way it's affected, let's say, advertisement. Because now driving, actually coming here, like there's so many billboards of, figures, not like real people. It's a tune, which means there's a photographer who wasn't hired, there's a makeup artist who wasn't hired, which means there's a stylist who wasn't hired, there's a studio that wasn't hired, there's an editor who wasn't hired. And I don't think for DJing that's how it's going to affect it. I feel like it's going to affect it in the sense that technology is going to advance so quick, and there's going to be so many new features within the softwares and everything. And we can see it right now. If you know anything about DJing, there's something called stems. By the press of a button, your song takes the a cappella away and it's an instrumental, it's just a beat. And by the press of another button, it takes just the melody away. It keeps the, the kick, the snare with the vocals. That sort of advancement, I feel like, is what is gonna constantly happen with DJing. And so you need to be, really, you can't fight it. You have to be part of the program, or the program is gonna swallow you, for sure. The first time I did anything major for me has been a feeling I can't replicate. The first time what was the first big concert the first big event I had? I think it was the launch of Oktoberfest, not the actual concert, but the launch. And I remember that's the first time I was on a big stage, and I was like, where? I think I'd only played at Deja Vu and Spaso and Winning Post for a bit, maybe like 3 or 4 events. So I didn't even have that like crowds and whatever, and the pressure that comes with concerts. And yeah, that was the first event. I remember Combox was a host, and the guy who hired me for the event, his name is Manze. I have such a nice story. Yeah. Dennis is gonna watch this at Anichukia. So when I was being booked for the launch of Oktoberfest, nilikuwa nimeanza tu kucheza kwa clubs kiasi. I was doing my thing on TikTok, so there was a bit of a buzz going on, and that comes with tons of messages, for asking for your rates, asking for your number, asking for this and that. And before I responded to any, I always up to date. I always go through your profile, obviously, to just check, if you're someone we want to work with or this and that. And so I get a message from a certain someone. I won't say his Instagram handle, but I get a message and I open it, and it's just this dude asking me for my number. Nikashanga tu, yani, as in, how? Why wouldn't you just come and tell me, oh, I have this event going on, or don't even have to be at it so long. Almost I'm trying to book you for a show. It was just, hi, can I have your number? And so I was just like, I don't move like that. Pia was, let's go by. And then kangalia message for so long, and I think I responded after like 2 hours or something. That is quite long. Ilikuwa quite long kwanza for me your time. Maze nika respond akasema, I think I responded with like, what is it for? Like, is it for a job? Ama nini? And then he was just like, yeah, I'm looking to hire you for an event. And then he's not saying what it is. So ilikuwa inanipo maze nashanga. Omse bana. And I remember I ignored that message for quite some time. And much later, I was even telling my mom about it. I was like, imagine them going to stuff like that. And then she's like, well, so you just respond. As in, it's work, I would respond. And I responded. I was just like, yeah, so what event is this? I had to be the one to fetch for the information, which was bugging me because, anyway, maybe I'm overreacting, but ilikuwa inanibo. So he finally responds and he's like, oh yeah, so the launch of Oktoberfest, boss. I never sijai respond quick. I was like, yes, I am free on. Yeah, and that was one of my first major event, and I'm so happy that Dennis and I have brewed such a beautiful relationship right now. He'll text me randomly to just congratulate me on something, or yeah, he was the first person to take a proper shot on me, and it was for the launch of Oktoberfest, and that's where sort of everything started, going up. But besides that, of course, the concert itself, Oktoberfest, Blankets and Wine was also a huge stage for me to be on. Not my best set, but it was a huge stage for me to be on. Apartment Life, obviously. What else? Yeah, I think those are the ones I can name off the top of my dome. Yeah. I think the most common one would have to be people defaulting on your payments, which is, I really absolutely, I have little to no respect for, people who do that. It's different when you can't pay someone because you're waiting on a payment or you're waiting to sort something out. But it's another thing when, you ghost and you don't respond to messages. It's quite annoying actually, and it's super disrespectful. And those are the few things that are, retrogressive in terms of this career. I wish I could name, I really want to name names, man. Nah. Up to like as recently as last night, I was following up on, a January payment, and it's so bad that I'm not even getting no text back. I'm not, my phone is not being answered, and when it's time for them to book you, they really are at your mercy for you to be part of the event. But when it's time for you to get your payment, the reason why maybe I should break it down nicely so that people can understand why it's a bit disrespectful. Because you don't show up to an event alone. You, like I said, you might have a driver who took you there. You might have a few friends who you dragged for the event, and you don't want them to be spending their money or whatever, so you might buy a drink or two. That's not even so important. You will have a stylist who will take you for that event. You will have a photographer who will make sure that he, takes beautiful pictures of you of the event, and you will market this event on your page. Who else? You might have security on you. All of these guys don't, they need their money when they need their money. I'm not gonna tell my driver, wait, I'll fuel your car when I get paid. So now all this time, what is it gonna be doing? So I have to take this money out of my pocket to fund all these things. And perhaps maybe after that I wanna go have a bite or whatever. And when you default on someone's payment, a creative's payment, the trickle down is actually quite enormous. So at least tukue tunaheshima kiasi. If you can't pay, it's okay. But just that communication goes a long way. Yeah. Man, I wish I was that guy. Maze, I wish ningekuwa msewa kuchoma. Maze ningekuwa nachoma mbaya bana. Wow. I think what I specifically do is I'll nudge you until, and if you don't respond, it's such a small industry, we'll always meet you, be embarrassed to be around. So you'll always be hiding your face, I don't think it's fair, honestly. Yeah. So stop that. Tabia mbaya. We were having this discussion with my friends on Tuesday at the shoot, and we're talking about urban tone and gengetone and everything, and it's so unfair that we have to discuss, do we think this music will go far? It's super unfair for the genre, because if something is good, if something is nice, why do we want to look for reasons not to like it? Miley Cyrus will sample a song, Cardi B will sample a song, Lil Wayne, Kendrick will sample a song. Never once when you listen to a sample song by Drake or whoever, you start thinking about, but is this song gonna go far? Because, this is a sample, this is not original. Come on, man. Like, if the song is good, let it breathe. Enjoy it, first of all. You already enjoy it. That's the funniest bit is you already enjoy the music. So why are you looking for bad things about, the genre and everything? What I say is, on the point of the urban tones and whatever, if your worry is that they're sampling too much, let them continue. Somewhere within your sampling, they'll find their rhythm, they'll find a new sound, they'll find a new groove. Everything has always been giving birth to everything. And nowadays you're seeing so many more original urban tone songs, and it's because these kids are being given the time to experiment and be themselves and make errors, by the way, because it's no particular error in particular. So I'm super excited for the local, for the Kenyan rather, music scene. I can't wait for it to be even much bigger than it already is. It's huge that we're getting our music out there. It's huge that some of these songs are being listened to in Europe, in other parts of Africa, in the United States. It's amazing. It's all in due process, right? It's a young industry. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. Manze, unafaa tu ukumbuke, at the end of the day, first of all, that criticism is gonna be there in every sort of career in the world. And then usifure kichwa, maze, like, you can't always be right. Sometimes you'll get an opinion that is so harsh, maze, and you want to really react to it. But at the end of the day, I'm Michael Kanguru Macharia. I can't just be artist Jisa. I am everywhere I go. You should be open to criticism to be able to, first of all, understand people better, because you will understand, some people kunawase wakikam kuongelesha, they might come like this, da. You must be open to criticism because you're not perfect. Obviously, you make errors some of the times, sometimes, most times, unajua. You just have to treat yourself like a normal human being. At the end of the day, nikitoka he shoots, I know we're interviewing me as Saem, but when these microphones are off, I'm back to being Michael, and I'm open to being criticized or whatever. You might go to an elevator, you can't just be like, I'm Saem. Or the other day, in a recent huge concert that was held in Diani, one of my superiors came up to me and, they expressed how they didn't quite enjoy my set. And it was not in the best fashion possible. That was what happened. But it was super, 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 super heavy criticism. Super, super heavy. I've never gotten criticism like that my whole life. But I had to stand there and, take it like a man, take it like a creative who wants to better themselves at the end of the day. And as much as you'll go back home and still think about it, you still have to ask yourself, they're not crazy to come and tell you what they told you. Even if 90% of the people tell you that they enjoyed your set, there's this 10% that was super frustrated, and you have to go back to the drawing board and see what was going down and see whether they're making sense or not. Yeah, just be open to criticism, please. Be open. That's how you get better. If it's true, it's a bit shameful. Obviously, it is. I understand that people need to make their bread. You can fake it till you make it. Of course you can. If it works for you, please do it. Usilale njaa ndio ilifurahisha watu, unajua. But man, well, say. I don't think it's work. If it's true, it's work. It's super work. Yeah. That's all I'll say. Yeah, what a shy guy. That's why he doesn't have so much of his projects out there. I have tons of music in my laptop, and I think there's some bit of courage that I need to harness to start showcasing that side of me the right way. I have a few people who have been nudging me, a few people in the industry who've been nudging me to show you, and imefika mahali hadi wameanza kujam by the yeah, I like to make music. I've made music since 2016, 17. And my go-to software for anyone who cares is Fruity Loops FL Studio. And I've made music ever since, every day. I had to go to music school at some point to learn just the few sciences behind sound engineering and production. But yeah, there's a few of my projects out there. I'm not so proud of them. They're not terrible. See, they're shit, but that's not where I'm at right now. I'm quite nimepolishiwa kiasi maze. But yeah, hopefully I will be showcasing enough of that before the year ends. That's my word to you guys. I promise you, I will. Part of me being such a shy producer is, I'm shy to the point that I don't want to reach out. I'm scared to reach out to, the Rosas and the Benzos and the who have views to come to studio to, make music with me, because I'm not sure my, nimeiva hiyo design maze. So it's tons and tons and tons of remixes, tons of redos of, popular vernacular songs, tons of them. And I've always felt like that's the sort of the best way to reel myself into my audience as a producer, kidogo too, with songs that I can DJ. And then now, brick by brick, I'll be, producing a song, and I'll just be like, bam, this is my record, and go stream it with the confidence that it requires, yeah. Where do I meet my what? My fellow excellers? Black excellence, baby. No, but on to real, obviously that's one spot. What I've been blessed with when it comes to the sort of trajectory my career has been taking is it's put me in rooms where most of these people are. So, it'll be a listening party, it'll be an event. Actually, I've met all of my idols at events, actually. So, I think for me, that's what has been a blessing. But I'd say for anyone who wants to start out, attend all these shows, actually. Save that coin, attend all these shows. Go there, go meet your whoever superstar, whoever you fancy as a superstar. Say hi to them. Wataboeka saa zingine. Do it. You will meet that one guy who will give you 10 minutes of their time, and maybe that's what your career will need to shoot and go all the way it needs to go. Yeah. Come on. Black Excellence has been amazing. Kwanzaa, I know this is outside the music, but some of my best outfits have been at Black Excellence. Money. It's been amazing. And I remember the first time I played there, I was a bit nervous to take the stage. I think the first time I played, it was when there was the rugby finals. I think so, yes. And Mazre, I really like that set. It was so nice. I even have some footage with me, by the way. The crowd at Black Excellence is quite different, or rather had been quite different at that point in my career, in the sense that, as you said, it's people who it's excellers in life, and it's not just in the entertainment industry. I made a couple of friends, some amazing designer, and I still have his card up to date. We're still here to work. Made tons of DJ friends, made tons of loyal fans, actually, which is so interesting. Yeah, amazing. Funny enough, that's actually the hardest part of my job. Striking that balance between work and rest. And now, as a third entity to that, there's work, rest, and there's the people I love, which has been quite the difficult. It's been quite a task, up to date, actually. Still not found a balance yet, but again, the people I'm around, to begin with, are people who are super understanding of the job that I do. And it's my work is tangible. Like you can see that this guy has a show here. You can see that this guy has this and this. So they've been quite understanding in the fact that I've not had as much time for them as I used to in the past. And it's something that obviously you have to get used to. And I feel like one way of sort of finding the balance with that between me and my friends and my loved ones has been, first of all, just come to my shows. Yani, we will always be together, unajua. But yeah, about rest, Maze, my lady and I fight about it all the time. Not fight, but we talk about it all the time. When it gets to, sometimes I have a show on Sunday as well. So assuming I do have a show on Sunday, assuming I don't have a show on Sunday, Sunday is the one day I'll have my phone on Do Not Disturb, and it's me to sleep the whole day. Like I'm not going on no dates, I'm not doing nothing. It's me to sleep the whole day. I'm sorry. And then now on Mondays when I can get to sort of find outside time, if I can as well. But the way the last couple of months rather, with the introduction of some of the days that I've been having, it's come to Mondays and Tuesdays are meeting days, which means sometimes I'll go for like 3 weeks without a single rest day, which is crazy. But yeah, less time for the people you love. I've not found the balance yet. Hopefully soon. I'm at the point in my career where I need to be busy. I need to cement my name. I'm far from there, but so until I get there, when I can really pick and choose what I want to do, what I want to, it's blood, sweat, and tears for now. It's everything. It's everything. It's not even just DJing. It's the world we're living in, right? It's if you're a if you're a good videographer. So I get this week I got some messages, my DM, two actually separate different messages, one of them was of a videographer some guy who wants to be an MC. And he sent me a message randomly, and he was asking me to tag him along to my shows, and so he can be, he can learn, and he can learn MCing through me and my shows. And while I do understand that people need jobs, that sometimes people are super desperate, obviously. We've all been there. Some of us are still there. I do understand that, and I do understand that some people really don't have the exposure to some of this, be it a DJ, be it anything. I still found it comical that, you go and check out their page. I feel like the one thing people will always ask, even if I ask to play at, say, Tomorrowland, I send them, I want to play at Tomorrowland, the one thing that they're going to do is either go through my profile or ask me for, my profile, my bio, or where I've played before, or if I've not played anywhere before, I send them videos of me playing so that they can know whether to gauge me, they can know where to start, even if they want to take me up. And so I find it comical that as an entertainer, you don't have anything on your profile that showcases your work, even if it's just one video. And I was kind enough to respond and just say that, you need to, your page is full of memes. It's just memes. Like, you posted 7 memes this week. Take time to even record something. Like, it's in the digital era, you can't have an excuse for not having your work online. I would rather we even argue about you not being active, but at least have something tangible for people to, because marketing is everything right now, and social media is the number one boss. Yeah. Nilikuwa na event fulani juzi ya Red Bull Dance Your Style, the finals. So the winner on this particular day was gonna earn themselves a trip to, I think, India, to go and meet the global winners now and represent Kenya, right? So it's a huge deal, obviously, for the dancers, and there's tons of emotions in the room. And I remember this one round, man, wow. Nakumbuka round, was it? I think ilikuwa to find the number 3 guy. And I remember this dude, alikuwa na locks. Apparently he's the one who won last year. Alikuwa na locks. Manze, the guy who he was battling, this guy, went at it, manze akadu hizo mavitu zake. And then the crowd goes crazy. Yani crowd imeenda mental kabisa. And then now it was time for this guy to dance. And manze, this guy, so when, Aziza, who was the host, asked me to play a song. So I played the song. And this guy literally, immediately the song started, this guy just clapped and he bowed and he said, he's not doing it, like Ali Chorevo. And my heart sank so much because I felt so bad for this guy because I'm not sure why he chose to call defeat that quick. I think maybe to aliona ile commotion ilikuwa in the room, and I'm telling you, the room erupted when he tanked out. Mazi, I felt so bad. And I wished I could leave the stage to go and just talk to him. I didn't share a few words with him. I was just, I asked him, why did you have to? I told him you have, which is what I would say leading to your question, right? In his case, let me say, I was just telling him how sometimes when, the one thing you always have to do is you have to do it. Whether you're unprepared, whether you're sad, whether you're happy, whether you're ready, whether, you're mad, or just make sure you get the fucking job done. You're gonna do it scared, you're gonna do it worried, you're gonna do it unprepared, but guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna do it regardless. And who knows what is gonna come out of it. Some of the shows that I've gone to, I have not felt as prepared as I've been in the past, and I've always been so worried about tanking. But sometimes ile ujuzi uko nayo, like the tajriba, the experience you have is what saves you at the end of the day. So, and now for the people who tank shows, it can't, you're not Superman, you'll always have to have a bad day. It just sucks that this was your bad day. Sometimes, I remember when I played at Blankets, I really, really didn't like my set at all. Something was wrong with my decks, and the set that I had prepared involved so many tricks and a lot of button pressing and this and that. And on my second song, I remember I pressed play my first song. I'm like, bas, I can't wait. Yani kubambase. And on my second song, my deck started glitching. And, if you know anything about the DJ deck, it's one side of the deck was glitching, which meant hata sijui explain aje. I could only use this side of the deck on my second song, and I have 60 more to go. I felt like dying, so I had to revert to a regular set that has not too many tricks and tips and this and that. And I ended up playing something that I felt was super generic, and I felt horrible after. But yeah, at the end of the day, you're not Superman. You can't. Sometimes you'll prepare so well, but you won't have the best set. That happens to everyone in the world. Even a lawyer on his best day sometimes loses his easiest case. Yeah. It's only fair. I have to shout him out. His name is Emmanuel. Emmanuel Noe. He is a guy who's responsible for making me look nice on most big events. And I love working with him because, first of all, we're in the same high school, we're in the same class. What a blessing. Yeah, he made this as well. I mean, I got this from him. The one thing that I usually make sure to do is try something. I feel like, yeah, sometimes I'll dress up in something. What's one outfit that I wore and mazee ilikuwa uncomfortable? Yeah. Ilikuwa gani? One of them, and people really like it, near Black Excellence actually. I had a gold, sort of, it looked like a robe. It was super uncomfortable, Yeah, the silk one, yeah. It was super uncomfortable. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't something that I regularly wear. I'm used to t-shirt and jeans when I'm not doing all that. But yeah, my stylist he's a crazy guy, because I remember he asked me the same question, and I was just like, let's go crazy. And with the one crazy outfit he gave me, I mean, maybe you wouldn't know by just looking at it, is your blankets. The pants, I don't know how to explain. I'm gonna sound so fucking childish, but the pants, the waist size, I'm not gonna say my waist size here, but the waist size was, I think, like 3 times my waist size. Like, I had to be dressed, yani lazima ningevalishwa hiyo nguo, because there's no way I would have known how to wear it. So it comes, I put one leg in, and then, hey Emmanuel, umenifanyisha mambo. And iko kule hivyo maze, the waist is like this big, and then he has to take it round, but not like a towel. He takes it sijui hapa, and then anaikunja tena, ndio ili irudi hivi, and then ndio niingize mguu. I was just thinking to myself, nikiwa kwa stage, manze ifungwa, what the hell am I gonna do? It's not like a baggy pant that just hold or something. But yeah, his whole criteria is just to go crazy. Yeah. Right now he's really feeling the crocheted shirts, and I like them as well. Yeah. I can't advise you on what tech to keep in mind. Listen, man, I use virtual DJ. I think it's only me and DJ Case who use virtual DJ. I've not met anyone else who uses virtual DJ. It's been working out great for me. Look at me, niko hapa hivi Black Excellence na interview wa mazee. I use controllers everywhere I go. I'm not gonna use vinyls. I'm not gonna use CDJs, and that's because it's all I know. At the end of the day, what matters is what job have you been given to do, manze. Like me coming to do this interview, I could care less about what camera you guys are using. Genuinely, I could. Just as long as I look good at the end. You know what I mean? So I will never advise anyone on what software to use. What I'll advise you on is, just don't sit on your ass. Just get any software. There's virtual DJ, there's Serato, there's Recordbox, there's so many different softwares. Just go get any software and be a guru at it. You will outknock everyone. Everywhere I go and I play, when I open my laptop like this, if it's the first time someone seeing me playing and they're DJ, I am always expecting that question. Unatumianga virtual DJ yani, unajua? But at the end, it doesn't sound any different. The output is not any different. It all boils down to your skill set. So fuck what everyone says about softwares and hardwares. Yeah. The last time I read a book, and I'm not, by the way, hata sieti na wadanganya, ni just before my KCSE. That's the last time nimesoma kitabu yoyote. Manze, don't ever put me in a library, tutakosana. I absolutely hate reading. I admire people who read. I adore it, mazi, but I can't to save my life. Nimejaribu. If you look at my Spotify, my liked songs are they're all over the place. They're all over the place. My most recent like song is, and I know you know it. If you don't know it, go listen to it. It's an old school one. It's Missy Elliott. She's a bitch. After that, it's Medulla by Lil Minor. It's a new release. Outcast Heya is only recently liked. Of course nazijua, but hizo ndo nimesikiza tena zinanichizisha tu all afresh. But yeah, I listen to tons of Skilly Bang. A lot of Skilly Bang. I listen to a lot of piano. Soulful piano to be exact, to be specific. Ashake has a new album out. I like this one song called Wine. What else is really on rotation? And tons of mixes. I listen to tons of mixes, yeah. No, I won't say that. Apana. You can. I won't. Hey, itaniharibia household. Let me look for it, actually. I can't. Should I say it? Well, yeah, I was listening. Me and my cousin were joking about this the other day. And the Outcast Hair, if you don't know the song, kwanza kaujinga mweni mshamba, tuanze tu hapo. The lyrics, it's not describing my life right now, please. But yeah, tulikuwa tunaisikiza na it was funny for the both of us. That's all I can say. Kuna, you know, I bet he doesn't want me to mention his name, but there's one guy who I said hi to here, and every time when you say hi to him, he's always like, una feel blessed, and I always take that very seriously. And I remember the first time alianza kunisalimia hivyo, I was just like, but they could feel blessed, and I was like, you know, you could just be saying it ati una feel too blessed, but do you actually feel blessed, Major? And at this stage in my career, I feel super blessed. I'm far from where I need to be, but every of the deals or events or people I've always wanted to work with, I have worked with already. And it's a weird place to be in, because then again you wonder, so then what am I working so hard for? It's obviously to push the boundary. But yeah, I feel like I've worked with every brand deals. I'm not so, yani ikikam, imekam, ndio tutajua whether it's good for the brand or not. But collaborations, say DJs, I've played with all the DJs I wanted to play with, all the ones I dreamt of. G-Money, Fully Focused, my brother Mr. C, who else? I know this sounds more poleni mazekana sao jina zenyu, but I've worked with everyone I've always dreamt of working with, yeah. I'm a huge DJ Puffy fan. If you're a Kenyan DJ, you know DJ Puffy for sure. The day I share stage with him, I think I'll be depressed for a year, because I'll just be wondering, now what next, maze? What else can I do? Festivals, none in particular. I've been told, my friends went to Afro Nation this year, and they've told me it's something I really should have on my bucket list. So maybe it's on my bucket list, but yeah. Artists, I don't know that much. And please, everyone, forgive me. It's read that many. DJs, yeah, I know someone called Monzo. He's amazing. I can't wait for his time to come. Who else? I think that's about it. Everyone else is quite established that I know that I really like. Yeah. Watch out for Monzo. Ay. Sitawajibu hii swali wallahi. Wow. I've always dreaded kuulizwa hii swali. Every time nikitoa mali najiambia tu wakinza hii swali. Nitasema huyu. Yeah, fuck mazee shit. In no particular order, I love Fully Focus. I absolutely love how he plays. Wow. Nimemtaja tu zingine zinakam tu yani. Can I mention like 20, please? It must be 5. I love Fully Focus. I absolutely love Fully Focus. I think in the DJing scene, or the first DJ I actually idolized, and playing with him twice, or has it been twice, or how many times? What a dream, maze. This list is incomplete without Mr. C, for sure. Nisikuwa nataka kwanza naye, unajua. I was looking for someone. Nilikuwa nataka kuweka kwanza number 5 hapo. Nimjamshe kiasi. Number 3. Wase. I love G-Money. I absolutely love G-Money. Have loved him since kitambo. Yani he can never do no wrong in my eyes. Wow, trends. This is gonna be the longest episode. Yani 90% ya episode ni mimi kufikiria tu hizi majina. 10% ni what we've already covered. Yeah. 2 more, Mike. Sizi shusha 10. Let me say this. Hii list iko based off like people who wamefanya vitu sijadu. I don't particularly want to do them, but napenda tu ile freshness wali bring in the industry. Number 4 is in the Amapiano and Boon's sort of scene. I love Miss Boon. I love what Miss Boon does. For sure, she should even be number 1 or whatever. I absolutely love what she does. Maze, kuna Ivy, shit. Sorry, let me mention Ivy by the way. DJ Ivy. Shit, maze, sana kishaanza kusema hivyo nafikiria tu Nyags, nafikiria there's Canada obviously. There's my brother Junior Peets. Junior Peets is incredible. There's Timbwa. I'm just gonna mention names until you say stop. I'm at number 9. One name. I feel like there's someone so important I'm missing out on. Shit. I think I'll just have to go with Monzo, the guy who I said you need to watch out for. Yeah. Actually, that's a decent list. Hata sisikii vibaya.